Hello, and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan, and I've got two words for you, ladies and gentlemen. I've got two words for you. John Stones. Those are the words. That is the game. That's the name of the game. Wow, a season-defining, a game week defining score from him so far. I mean, it's not even over yet. I'm wondering what the record of game week score for a defender is. We got to be getting close to it with Stonesy boy. You know, another clean sheet in there, and then suddenly, wow, yeah. So 2 goals. What a transfer! I can't believe it. I brought him into my team. Obviously, took out Zaha and Kyle Walker-Peters. Brought in De Bruyne to captain him, and then John Stones. Kevin De Bruyne whips the cross in. John Stones at the end of it, headers it in. Wow. What elation. I know, I was so happy. It's really nice. Like, I felt kind of a little bit hard done by with my fantasy team recently. I've had maybe a bit of bad luck. But it's really nice when the luck goes your way. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to pretend like, okay, this was an amazing, skillful, tactical move by me. It wasn't. I brought in John Stones because I wanted the clean sheets. And I wanted him for clean sheets in the fixtures going forward as well. I did not bring him in thinking he's going to score 2 goals. That was luck. That's luck. You got to, just as much as you can admit when you're unlucky, you got to be able to admit when you're lucky as well. Not going to claim skill on the John Stones transfer, but still, I'll absolutely take it. No, I'm absolutely loving that. So anyway, there with my my John Stones monologue over and done with. Hello guys, good evening to everyone. Who have we got in the chat today? We've got Moldy, of course. Our moderator, FPL Giant. Hello, mate. How you doing? Dylan Williams, Matthew Hamilton, Orsella, Junaid Sajid, Josh McEwen, Geezy Huncho 2. Any members in? James Craig is in. Yo. So, yeah, basically, John Stones has saved my game week. I can see, I can see by some of your scores that you've got, you guys are absolutely smashing it. It's really nice to see. You guys are absolutely killing it. Like, I thought I was doing okay. And I am. I've gone up 100,000 places. I've gained 100,000 ranks. But some of your scores, guys. Yo. Amazing. Amazing, guys. Well done. Like, genuinely well done. A few more people saying, hi. Hi, Jack Lad. Willie Enochson. Hi, Navid. Blues FPL, yo guys, hope you're all doing good tonight. Hope you're all doing good. So yeah, I'm in good spirits, because I was really worried about my game week because I was saying before, like, Leeds was supposed to have a double game week, Southampton was supposed to have a double game week, and I was all set up for that, and suddenly had to change plans at the last second, and really frustrating. Obviously, the Leeds boys let me down. They said me nothing. They didn't even look particularly good in the first half. Anyway, they looked pretty bad against Brighton. It was against Brighton, wasn't it? It seems so long ago now. But anyway, after that game was done, it was sort of like, okay, Salah, Fernandes, they've done nothing. Son, yes, he's done something. But it's kind of like Kane scores a goal in that game and that plummets your rank. If you've not got Kane or you've not got Son in your team and one of them scores, you're taking a big hit there. Chilwell got, yeah, okay, you got the clean sheet. That was okay. And I'm pretty glad that Chilwell started because I know a lot of you guys would have probably been pretty upset with Zuma not starting, Reece James not starting, perhaps. And you might have been a bit disappointed. So I'm glad I got the clean sheet points there. But up until that point, it was like, oh, God, it's going to be another one of those game weeks for me, isn't it? It's going to be another nightmare game week. And then John Stones comes out the bag and gets something like that. Really nice. Really nice. Really, gives me a much-needed oomph for my FPL team. And then De Bruyne, so far so good in terms of being the right captaincy choice. That will very quickly and easily change. It could so easily change by the end of the game week. Salah, Fernandes could come up trumps. But for now, De Bruyne, advantage De Bruyne in terms of captaincy. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, Junaid Sajid says Leeds disappointed. Yeah, they certainly did. John bloody Stones. Yeah, I'm sure if you've not got John Stones in your team, you're probably sick and tired of hearing that name by now. And I wouldn't blame you. But no, guys, I am going to celebrate it because it is it's about time I got a little bit of luck, and I do want to be happy about it and celebrate it because You got to celebrate these successes. And I'm not going to pretend to you that this was skillful. I got lucky. John Stones does not go score 2 goals every game week. I got lucky. The week I brought him in, he scores the goals. But it's still nice. It's still very nice. I'm still pretty happy. So yeah, that's basically the situation there. So a few things I wanted to talk about today, basically. I basically wanted to just catch you up on how I'm doing so far. I know this is not going to be the final scores of the game week. Things could go much worse. Things could go much better. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot more players to play than me. So how many players have I got to play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 to play, essentially. You know, Martinez twice, and then each of the double game week players have got 1 more. So I got 9 players. You guys have probably got more. From what I've seen, most of you have got sort of 10, 11, 12, sometimes even more. Let's do the super chats real quick. And then we'll talk some more. So Ed Sheeran, Dan, you're a legend. You persuaded me to get Stones. Yes, mate. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you joined me on that one. Really glad. Deep Kundu as well. Selling Ailing for Stones was the best decision. My guy. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Congratulations to all of you who brought in Stones. But, you know, we got lucky. On another week, we'll get unlucky. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat and, you know, on Twitter and stuff saying, I was going to captain Stones. I was going to triple captain Stones. Let's be honest, you weren't. You weren't going to do it. Look, it's very easy to say when a player bangs, oh, I was so close to captaining John Stones. Were you really that close? Or was he one of many players that you considered? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty crazy if you were genuinely considering captaining Stones. And maybe 1 or 2 of you actually did captain Stones. But if you're telling me right now, oh, I was going to captain Stones, but I missed the deadline. I was going to change to him, but I tried to change my team 2 minutes to deadline. Oh, I did change the Stones, but my team didn't save. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that kind of stuff. You liars. You liars. No, the point's just from having Stones full stop. You don't need to have him captain to benefit from this. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah. Javid Hussein says, a guy from work captain Stones had a big league jump. Yeah, I can imagine. Crazy. Crazy. Shrenik says, why didn't you use any of your chips this week? I just didn't feel like it was the week 4 chips. I used my... Oh, Dan Cross is here. Hello, mate. Yeah, I didn't feel like it was the right week for chips for me. I wasn't fully convinced by the triple captain this week. There's no one who really stood up. I mean, De Bruyne looked pretty good for the triple captain, but not amazing. And as for the bench boost, my team is quite simply not set up for the bench boost. It was never part of the plan. Never part of the plan. We are going to talk about what I'm going to be doing with, bench boosts and triple captains, though, in a minute. I'll tell you all my chip plans that I've got. Things very quickly change, by the way, guys, so I might not stick with this plan, but I can certainly tell you what I'm thinking right now. And that's what I will try and do. Willie Enoch said, thanks for the advice for not picking Bruno as triple captain. Pick KDB. And now I'm really close to the top of my fantasy league. Thanks, mate. No problem, man. No problem. Glad it's working out. But you know, as I said earlier, things can very quickly change. Bruno Fernandes could have a storming second game in his double game week and catch up with KDB. So there's not necessarily always a good answer. There's not always a... So, what was I going to say? Okay, right, I was going to talk about Villa quickly. I wanted to talk about Villa and then something else that I'm not looking forward to talking about. But I will. So Villa, I've seen a few pictures on Twitter actually looking pretty good. So, Martinez is in training. So, that's good in terms of Martinez. So, he's in training. So, that means he's not got COVID, basically. He's going to be playing both games of the double game week, you would think. Then we've got Grealish. He was pictured in training, so he's going to be playing both games. McGinn, he's been pictured playing both. He'll play both games. Tyrone Mings, if you've got him in your team, he was in training, so he's not got COVID. And who else? Matty Cash, he's been pictured, so he's not going to miss any games. He's going to be playing both, you would imagine. Unfortunately, I've not seen El Ghazi or Watkins. That's not to say that they have got COVID and they won't be able to play. But I haven't seen them. Haven't seen them pictured. Liam Healy says, time to ditch Zuma if he misses the next game. I don't know if he'll miss the next game. I just think there was probably a bit of rotation. Chilwell's probably the most rotation-proof guy in that Chelsea defence other than maybe Thiago Silva, just because there's not really any other good left back at Chelsea. They don't do it. I mean, you could technically play Azpilicueta there, but you know, I don't think they fancy him. So Target I've not seen pictured. Martinez, yes I have. Watkins is no, unfortunately not. Jack Ladd says, Dan, I put Diaz in because I felt it was more nailed on. How many points did Stones get? Because I can't see. It was 21, wasn't it? 21 points? Yeah, 21 points. Diaz got a decent amount of points, though. Didn't he get 9? Or was it more? Maybe it was 9. So anyway, a few people have mentioned Antonio. I did want to talk about that as well. Because obviously Antonio, wow, he comes straight in and scores a goal, making my avoid look pretty stupid. But I'm not going to say I was wrong. I would say I'm more wrong on the Watkins buy, to be honest, than the Antonio avoid. Like, the reasoning why I gave an avoid to Mikel Antonio, I think was valid. And I still think it's valid. You know, he's literally not got any form to go by. He's just come back from injury. It was always a risk going for him. I've also seen reports directly after the match that he's potentially not going to play the next game because maybe he can't play those 2 games in a week and he's going to be rested in the next game week. So you can say right now, okay, this looks really good for Antonio, and I agree it does. Diaz got 11 points. Wow, nice. You can say right now that it was bad to say Antonio was an avoid, but really all I wanted to do for you guys is try and help you play the odds a little bit and tell you that it was a risk. Even when I was saying that Antonio was an avoid, I said he's not an avoid in the typical sense. It could work out, but I think it's risky. I think it's really risky, and I wouldn't personally take that risk. That was kind of my point. And a lot of you guys, you said, okay, well, I want to take the risk. I'm going to go for it. And he went for it. Fair enough. And it paid, and so far it's paid off. But, you know, if for example, he doesn't play in the second game because he's not ready to play 2 games in 1 game week, and therefore he gets 0 points. That means he's on 9 points for the game week. Say Watkins gets, he plays both games. I know we don't know what the situation with Watkins is, but say he plays both games, which I kind of probably wrongly assumed that he would play both games because of the COVID situation. So that's my bad. If he plays the first game against Man City, he gets nothing. He gets 2 points. Yeah, whatever. He then plays Newcastle. We've seen time and time again, Newcastle are the whipping boys right now. They are conceding so many goals. They're conceding so many chances. Even Sheffield United looked dangerous against them, which is crazy, last week. So Watkins gets 2 points against Manchester City. He gets a goal and an assist against Newcastle, something like that. Even just the goal. Already he's on more points than Antonio just from that. That's the situation. That's kind of the situation. So it's easy to say now. I know a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I get that. But Antonio was always a risk. And so far it's paid off. That's awesome, guys. If you took that risk, congratulations. Like, well played for not listening to me, because you shouldn't always listen to me. You can take my opinion into consideration, but I can't predict the future. And if you think you know better than me, then back yourself. I back you to back yourself. You guys are good at FPL. You know what you're doing. It's just not a transfer I would have gone for personally, and that's why I didn't. And instead, I went for Stones. So, that's kind of a situation. Someone said in the chat, oh yeah, it's Olivier. Be honest, Dan. If you had enough money for Diaz, you wouldn't have gone for Stones. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was luck. I'm not going to tell you it wasn't luck, because it was. It's a lucky situation, but I'm happy. I'm happy. Dan Cross says, for me, there was no one I wanted other than Antonio for the price. Yeah, I completely get that. Like I said, Watkins is the one I preferred. But then, in hindsight, yeah, perhaps because of the COVID situation at Villa, he is equally as risky as Antonio. Or, in hindsight, I don't know. We will see at the end of the game week who gets the better score. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I always felt that Antonio is riskier. Still feel that he was riskier. But sometimes risks come off, and that's kind of what's happened there. But, yeah, it just wasn't for me. But fair play if you went for him. But anyway, Oh, okay. Monum says, yes, Watkins doesn't have corona. He posted himself training with the squad. Oh, that's really good news for Watkins owners. It's really good news for my my reputation. No, I've not seen that picture. Maybe if it's right, then it's right. But yeah. FPL Giant says, if Shrewsbury will win, will Leeds reclaim their double game week? Not this week. No, they can't play at the weekend, can they? I don't know. Yeah, no. Even if that does happen, it's incredibly unlikely. So no, I wouldn't bank on that, to be honest. Ham says Grealish is playing. Yeah, he is. Grealish will be playing both game weeks, both games in the game week. Stone's likely to get more goals later on down the line. I wouldn't bet on it. No, I mean I say that he's got 3 in the last couple of weeks overall competitions, hasn't he? So yeah, okay, maybe he's a bit of a threat from the corners, but no, you don't buy John Stones because you're looking for goals, do you? You buy him because he's a really cheap and efficient way into that Man City defence that is just so good, keeping so many clean sheets, looking so fantastic, has these amazing fixtures coming up. And by the way, even though Stones has got a huge score, and usually I say, oh, if someone gets a one-off big score, leave them alone, they're a knee-jerk. This is not that situation. Stones, I absolutely recommend, guys, if you want to knee-jerk him in, absolutely go for it. Wait until closer to the next deadline, but no, go for him. Go for him. Liam Mo says, who would replace Antonio? Haller was sold. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if a player is not fit enough and he's not ready enough to play 2 games in 1 game. They don't play. You play someone else there. You play Ben Rama there. You play Yarmolenko there. You play the young lad that they've got there. You play Jared Bowen there. He can play as a forward. You just play someone else there. That's kind of the situation. But there we are. Captain Stone's owner checks in. Yeah, right. I don't believe any of you. Oliver Tate says Ollie Watkins is training. Yeah, okay, all right, fair enough. I believe you guys. How does the attacking stats compare between Diaz versus Stones on Fantasy Football Hub? Yeah, perhaps that's one to check out. I'll perhaps check that out after the stream. I'm not going to do it on stream because I like to have things set up before, because otherwise I'm faffing about with stuff and my computer, as you know, is pretty slow, so it's hard to load up stuff while streaming. Charlie Millington says, now Walker's back, you reckon Cancelo's still likely to play regularly? Yeah, but I don't think that makes a difference. Cancelo has played, since game week 4, every game but 2. He's only missed 2 games, and Walker's been fit for 90% of those games. So I don't think Walker coming back makes too much of a difference. Cancelo can go to left back. Still think he's preferred. He adds more to the team than Walker, but maybe he's not the right kind of player. I don't know. I'm not going to panic. Yeah, in a double game week when Man City have the squad depth that they do, you kind of expect a bit of rotation, don't you? I was a little bit disappointed. I thought Cancelo was probably a little bit more nailed than he actually is, but maybe this is the one game he misses and then he plays the next 5 or 6 or something like that. Remember, he's played so many games in a row in the Premier League, in the FA Cup, in the European games. He's played every single game for so long. I kind of understand why he's getting a rest, and I don't think it's worth panicking over just yet, because he's played more minutes of football for City than pretty much anyone else. Maybe Diaz and Stones have played a bit more, but maybe not even that if you consider cup games as well. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Stones has played similar amount of minutes. Not sure. I'm glad Watkins literally just put this on Insta story. So yeah, there you go. So Sheck to start up front. I mean, it's possible. I've heard rumours that Issa Diop, the centre back at West Ham, he's been doing some training sessions to learn how to play as a forward. Just in case that they kind of need him there. So it's not always the case. And people said, well, and there's no one else, so Antonio has to play both. No, I mean, if you can't play 2 games, you can't play 2 games. You play someone else. I mean, maybe you're right. He does play both games. They say, screw it. We need players. We need him in the short term. Let's just get him in. Let's just play him both games. But if he's not well enough, then in my opinion, he doesn't need to play both games. Like, there's no point risking a player's long-term fitness and health for the sake of one game. It's not exactly a tricky, important game like that, though, is it? I don't know. A few people asking about Salah and his form. I'm thinking of taking Salah out. In fact, in accordance to my plan, I am taking Salah out. Basically. A few people saying, talk about Bamford, and I don't know why people are saying, oh, it's just Agentic saying talk about Firmino. Firmino, I'm not going to talk about. No, not interested. Not interested in the slightest. Don't even think about him. Don't fall into that trap. Bamford, on the other hand, you can kind of see why people are getting a bit worried, but Bamford plays Newcastle next. Let me show you my team for next game week. Let me show you my team. Because I've got 2 leads. Because, I was hoping for the double game week. And I've got Rafinha and Bamford against Newcastle. If you've got Leeds attackers against Newcastle, even if you've got Leeds defenders against Newcastle, that is good. Like I was saying, Newcastle are the whipping boys right now. Can we find Newcastle's recent scores? I think Newcastle and Liverpool are the only team that haven't absolutely decimated and Newcastle. Obviously, Sheffield United only beaten 1-0, but, still. Look at this. 3-0 loss. 1-0 loss. 2-1 loss. 0-0 against Liverpool somehow. They lost 2-0 against Man City. 1-1 against Fulham. Okay. Leeds scored 5 against them. You can see, going back, only Liverpool are the only team that haven't, rolled them over. But I really do feel like Newcastle are the whipping boys. I really think, when you watch them play, you can see they're conceding so many chances. They really are. So, if you've got Bamford, don't let him out your team before this fixture. No way. No way. I know Leeds haven't looked amazing in the last couple of weeks, but no, this is not a game you want to miss out on. After that, there's argument to say you can take Bamford out, but I don't know. At that price, is there anyone you'd really prefer? I don't know. Anyway, let's just check any more interesting chats come in. Let's have a look. No, not really. No offense. Okay, right. I'm gonna open this up so we can see a little bit better, and then I'm gonna show you kind of my transfer thoughts. So, the situation basically is that there's going to be a nice, lovely, beautiful double game week in game week 26. That's because, let's just have a look for reference. I'll just put it up in front of us. So, right, game week 26 is going to be a double game week. The reason for that is because there's FA Cup games are scheduled for... Oh, blimey, I'm testing myself now. Is it game week 29? I think it's game week 29. Someone correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I will keep an eye out for it. So, in game week 29, there's going to be a blank game week. Teams are going to miss games because they've got FA Cup fixtures. So whoever's that far in the FA Cup is going to have double game week fixtures, and those will be scheduled in for game week 26. Also, games that have so far been missed, there's still loads of games that need to be rescheduled. City have got 2, Everton and Southampton, that need to fit in somewhere. So, that's one of them. Well, one fixture is going to go in 26. Another fixture is going to go in for, 24. I think one's going in 24. And the other one, 27, I believe. It's something like that. Yeah, game week 29, that's right. And so, Man City they're going to have these 2 fixtures to be scheduled in, and then their game week 29 fixture against Wolves, that needs to be fitted in. And they're all going to be fitted in somewhere between game week 24 and 28. It's going to be in that area. 26 definitely. 24 I think is fairly certain as well. So City are going to have 3 double game weeks within the space of a week. Well, not a week. 7 game weeks. Like a month maybe. Maybe a month and a half. They're going to have 3 double game weeks. So load up on your City players right now. That's essential. Think about that now. Think about get your City players. Kaleho TM says, any news on Martinez? Yes, he's in training, so he's good to go. So get your City players in. They're gonna have double game weeks coming at your left, coming at your right. Chelsea, they're gonna be all about. We're gonna like that. And you know what? Everton and Southampton, they could be worse. They're not amazing double fixtures, I guess, but they're okay. They're okay. So we want to be looking at that. Then we've got other teams that all need fixtures rescheduling. So we've got Leeds. That's going to be coming soon. Leeds, probably game week 21, they'll play Southampton. So Southampton versus Leeds, maybe game week 21, 22, potentially. So that's going to be rescheduled there. We've got Spurs. Again, we're going to need to go in a little bit more on Spurs because they've got 2 games that need to be rescheduled against Aston Villa and Fulham. One of them's going to go in 26 / or they're cancelled, rescheduled FA Cup fixture, which is against Southampton. So, another Southampton fixture that will need to be rescheduled there. So they're going to have a double game week in game week 26, pretty certainly. Pretty certainly. So that's another team we can start thinking about how we're going to get in some more Spurs players. So we're starting to build a picture here of what kind of players, what kind of teams are going to have a load of double game weeks coming up. They're all going to be rescheduled somewhere, sooner rather than later. And it's going to be in that period of time between like game week 22 and game week, 28. All between there's going to be some doubles. Jack Parkinson says 24 plus 26. City will blank in 29 and maybe 37. Yeah, potentially. I'm not going to go too far into the future yet. Can't be 21 or 22 as both teams play midweek and the weekend. Also, doesn't it depend on whether how Southampton get on in the FA Cup? Do they both play midweek in those game weeks? Let's have a look. Well, I mean, we can have a look at this anyway. So game week 21 is there. So it would be the following. Yeah, they do play midweek in game week 22. So, no, it could be game week 22 because, that would fall in the weekend. So where would it fit in? Because I'm pretty sure it would be somewhere around here for the Southampton Leeds rescheduling. Or is it before? Would it be early? So, like here. Well, that's game week 19. That wouldn't fit. Because they've got Southampton have got the Shrewsbury game. So, midweek here? Southampton play Tuesday. Could it be rescheduled for Thursday or Friday? Friday would work. Unless they play... Oh, no, they play Saturday. So, Thursday maybe. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be rescheduled soon. Anyway, that's the rumours going around anyway. But yeah, so basically, that's going to happen soon. But what I'm trying to say is that we can try and identify now who's going to have some double game weeks coming up. It's all going to be in the reasonable future. It is time to start thinking about it now, at least. Anyway, let's show you what I'm going to do on my team. So, first and foremost, I've got my 3 City players. So I'm happy there. I would advise you all to do the same. 3 City players. I prefer De Bruyne and 2 defenders. Don't have to be Stones and Cancelo. You can go for, any combination of Stones, Cancelo, and Diaz probably work fine. I'm not sure about Edison, but if you really want to, maybe. Right. So I've got my City players. I need to get another Spurs attacker in because they're going to have some double game week fixtures, that's for sure. So we're going to sacrifice Salah. I think you can all understand why. His stats aren't even looking that good anyway. So these will be my... hang on. Right, I'm not going to surprise you too much by taking out Shea Adams. See you later. Hopefully after their double game week, but we'll see when everything falls. So I've got 6 game weeks to make 5 transfers, basically, to take me to game week 26, which is the big double. It will all come together in a second. So, yes, Kane's in now. We've got not very much money left, but I do want to keep a little bit of money in the bank. So, then I would do... We're going to get a midfielder in. I'm going to go on form because I'll probably show a few alternatives that I'm looking for as well. But I'm basically thinking Saka. So, Saka would slot in there. Nice. Plenty of budget still in the bank. We could also go for Emil Smith-Rowe there. Potentially. Maybe Cavallero if we're feeling extra spicy, but I'm not sure I am feeling extra spicy. Anyway, from there, we're going to now start to upgrade a few more positions. So, Brewster, you're out of here. Forwards, we have, where are you? Watkins. He goes in. We look at Watkins' fixtures, 2 that need to be rescheduled. Spurs and Everton. So 2 double game weeks guaranteed. Somewhere. Maybe 1 more. Are Aston Villa still in the FA Cup? I don't know. Probably should check that out, because that would mean 3 double game weeks. But anyway, 2 guaranteed. Right. And now we're starting to build ourselves towards a bit of a bench boost, aren't we? So, 1 million in the bank. What are we going to do with it? Okay, so we're going to take out Forster. We need a goalkeeper for our bench boost. Who are we going to go for? Well, I've got 2 options, really, because the other player's Ferguson. See you later, mate. You've had a good run in my team. I say a good run. Literally since the start. So we can either go McCarthy in there, which does leave me with 4.2, which pretty much restrains me to Tyrick Mitchell there. Or, if absolutely... Oh, blimey, that's my poverty setup falling apart. Right. If absolutely no prices change whatsoever, we could go for Areola. Who, oh, by the way, McCarthy, he's got a couple of fixtures to be rescheduled, so that's why I was looking at him. We've got Areola, who, again, 2 fixtures that need to be rescheduled. Nice. Nice. Double game weeks for Areola. And that leaves us with 4.4. Yeah, I have got that maths right. So, assuming no prices change, this works. But, you know, things aren't always that good and rosy, are they? So, a few options here. I mean, I was kind of earlier when I was drafting this up, I was thinking, should we go for a Brighton defender? Because they've got a good Game Week 26 fixture against West Brom. It's okay. But they don't have any doubles to come. Then I thought, Bartley at West Brom. Where are you? There you are. Bartley at West Brom. He's got, well, Brighton, the other side of the fixture. A couple of nice fixtures there, you know. But again, no doubles to be scheduled. So I'm not... This is the last part of the plan that I haven't decided yet. Maybe you just go for Tyrick Mitchell and you just don't, you forget about it. And then after that, guys, after that, we'll get to Game Week 26. We've got a full team, lots and loads of doubles. There should be loads of doubles in here. That's the theory. There'll be loads of people with double game weeks. We can bench boost that, take a lovely score away, and then Game Week 27, we wild card, we start afresh, we move the money from the bench back into the starting 11, and we start again, and we go again, and we target the fixtures upcoming. There'll be blanks. There'll be blank. It's in Game Week 29, so we can make sure we've got a plan to navigate that blank with using the wild card, right? And then we await the rest of the doubles and think about triple captains. Yeah, we'll probably De Bruyne. Maybe we'll do a triple captain on him at some point if something looks good. Maybe we'll see. I'm going to play the triple captain a bit more on the fly than the bench boost, which I actually do want to plan out properly. But that's basically, guys. I know that was a bit of a monologue, but that's basically my plan. That's basically my plan. Strike for Leeds double game week. Yeah. That's not the worst shout in the world. I don't really like Leeds defensively, though. That's the thing. Villa, oh yeah, Villa lost to Liverpool. Yeah, they're out. They're out. Because they had to play their significantly weaker team. So, yeah, that's basically the situation we find ourselves in. Yeah, okay, Villa won't have the FA Cup cancellation. But, you know, it works both ways. If the team Villa were meant to play, who are Villa meant to play in Game Week 29? Because if they're through in the Cup, then Villa gets rescheduled. So they play in Game Week 29. They play Sheffield United. I don't know if Sheffield United are making it very far in the cup. I'll be honest there. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not that. We'll see. You don't know for sure, but we can start looking at who already needs fixtures to be rescheduled, and that's a good. It's a good idea to look at who's got a couple of games that need to be played, because they're all going to be played. I mean, hopefully between like Game Week 22 or 23 and Game Week 28, somewhere between them. So those are the kind of players, and it's only a matter of time before FPL, the Premier League, whatever, do announce these fixtures. But if we know beforehand, or we can start predicting beforehand, we can get ahead of it, really. Be one transfer ahead of everyone else, which is kind of what we try to do, isn't it? This is what we're trying to do when we watch FPL content. We do our research. We want to be one step ahead of the regular FPL players, kind of thing, right? So there you go. That's the plan, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can not copy it, but take some inspiration from that if you like. If you don't like it, you know, update it. You know, add your own twist to it. Go for it, guys. Go for it. Lots of people in the chat are mentioning more pay. I don't blame you. Bring back more pay. He's not in the plans. He's not in the plans. I'm not going to lie. MUFC fan says, what do you think about wildcard this week? I'm not sure about the wildcard this week because it's just not the right time in the sense of you can't really do much planning with a wildcard right now because we don't know for sure. I don't want to go all in. You wouldn't really want to go all in on a wild card on predictions alone. Wild card, you can change everything at a moment's notice. So you don't need to use it in advance of these game week announcements, double game week announcements. You may as well just wait till they're announced and then play your wild card. Seeing the more pay emojis always bringing a smile to my face. I'm so glad I added him in as an emoji because he's just the running joke of the channel. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Dylan Williams says my bench boost failed. Lookman, Zuma, Johnston, Bamford. Yeah, I don't. You won't be alone there, Dylan. So many people's bench boosts failed this week, and I'm kind of glad. I mean, I didn't plan for a bench boost this week because I didn't really fancy it. Not for this reason though. Really, if the Leeds had double game week, if things went slightly different, this would be a fantastic week for a bench boost. I just didn't really fancy it. Jacklet says, Dan, do you think that Man United defence would be good because they've had like 3 clean sheets in a row or something? Yeah, I mean, they're certainly showing they've got something there in terms of clean sheets. They're looking pretty good. So, yeah. Ben Crellin, Leeds, Southampton, game week 23. Oh, there you go. There you go. Alexander Wilkes says, without Salah, are you out of your mind, bro? Well, you can't have them all. This is always what I say. You cannot have them all. You know, I don't care if Salah scores 10 points every game week, as long as Kane scores more, because that's what I'm essentially doing. I'm swapping Salah for Kane and using the rest of the money to upgrade the rest of my team ready for a bench boost. Game week 27 comes along. I'm on a wild card. Perhaps we bring Salah back in. Perhaps the form is updated. You know, Liverpool have not been in good form. They've not been looking good, guys. They really haven't. They're really disappointing. And you know what else? I'm trying to find Salah here. Oh, because I'm on form, not even showing up. You know, their fixtures are not even good. So they're in bad form. Salah is so expensive. The fixtures are not great. After Burnley, which is this game, we've got Spurs, West Ham, Brighton, who do not pretend Brighton is a good fixture. I won't have it. It's not. Man City, Leicester, Everton, who have been doing really well defensively. Sheffield United is good. Fulham, I don't know. Wolves, to be fair, there's not really any easy games in the Premier League these days. I would perhaps say Burnley is easier, Newcastle, West Brom maybe. Certain teams are easier fixtures, but they're not here. Crystal Palace, you could say as well. They're not here. They're down here, at the bottom. So Liverpool haven't got amazing fixtures coming up. They've not. Look at the bottom of this. There's no fixtures that need to be rescheduled either. That could obviously change. You know, they could have a double game week in game week 26. Pretty likely that they will have a double game week in game week 26, which means they'll miss game week 29. But aside from that, nothing. So am I going to take Kane for 3 double game weeks, or am I going to take Salah with 1 double game week and not great fixtures either? Pretty easy decision for me, really. Look at the Spurs fixtures in general. Anyway, they're not bad. We've got West Brom there, West Ham, Burnley, Crystal Palace down there, a little bit lower. So there are some tough ones, but there are some ones that you actually look at and you say, "Oh, okay, I would consider captaining Kane for that one." So yeah, we'd be on double Spurs attack, which is fine. I don't mind that. I just think, you know, Kane over that period is a little bit nicer than Salah. Maybe you disagree. Daniel Jarman says Salah will score a brace versus Burnley and you'll be saying to keep him. Maybe. But, you know, you've got to think a little bit more deeply than that. Maybe one game changes my mind, maybe it doesn't. Maybe doesn't. Alex Baker says soon you might need a Che Adams emoji too. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopefully just going to get rid of him before he reaches troll status on this channel. Mustn't forget my blackcurrant squash. Is Bielsa going to stop rotating Leeds attack at 60 minutes? Probably not. Is Gundogan a good choice? He's okay. He has been shooting a lot, to be fair. Wilson is dead. Yeah, pretty much. Is Orba back? Wouldn't be risking it, personally. Agenetics says, Dan, would you ever captain a defender? I mean, I wouldn't say... I'd never say never, but I definitely would not be looking to captain a defender. No, I would prefer to go for a big hitter every time, really. You know, I was saying this in my deadline stream. People are captaining Soucek, and I sort of say, yeah, Soucek could get 9 points, and you'd be really happy with 9 points from Soucek. But if... And you'd be happy, you say, oh, well, wow, what a captain return there. So Soucek got 9 points this game week, double that to 18, captain success. But if, you know, De Bruyne or Fernandes got 9 points, you'd be disappointed because you know in your heart and you expect them to score more points. And that's the player you should pick for your captain, the player who you think will score the most points. But yeah, Curious Clive, sorry I just tuned in. Did you say Spurs are going to have 3 double game weeks? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Depending on cup stuff, I mean, they've got at least 2 to come. They've got 2 guaranteed, right? Well, I mean, I say double guaranteed. Well, actually, you know, yeah, of course they've got 2 guaranteed because they can't go back into 33. So yeah, they've got 2 fixtures to be rescheduled, and then so that's 2 double game weeks guaranteed, and then after that they probably blank in 29, play a double in 26, so that's 3. So yeah, target Man United, not Man United, Man City, target Spurs. These are players, and you've got big hitters in those teams as well, so you can have nice captain options on those double game weeks. It's going to be nice, guys. It's going to be nice. Do you think anyone did triple captain Stones? Lol. Yeah, apparently 300 people did it. Crazy. Crazy. Absolutely mad. Thoughts on Saka? Yeah, I like him. I like him. As an Arsenal fan, especially. Triple captain Stones, good idea. I mean, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Right, guys. We've been going for 45 minutes. I do want to make sure this video isn't too long, so people watching on the replay, shout out to you guys watching on the replay after the stream. Make sure that you 400 people triple captain Stones, is that right? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I don't want to make the stream too long. By the way, guys, I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Twitter, but this is my proudest ever tweet right there. I thought that was like I was spending about half an hour probably editing these faces on the 4 lads. I spent about half an hour editing that, and I just couldn't stop laughing whilst I was editing it. I was laughing so much. I was pretty proud of myself for this one. I don't know if you can actually see that. Maybe you can, or maybe you can't. Who knows? So yeah, do follow me on Twitter if you like this kind of quality content. Yeah, at FPL mate, it's there at FPL mate. There you go. Enjoy. And aside from that, what was I going to say? Oh, okay, we're going to do FPL statistics.co.uk. Look at some price changes. But yes, follow me on Twitter, guys, and like the stream as well. If you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying the stream, please do like it. And also, if you're new around here, maybe a few of you are. In fact, I know that like at least 100 of you guys will not be subscribed right now. And if you do have a YouTube account and you would consider subscribing, I really would appreciate that, because I'm like really targeting 50,000 subscribers by the end of the month, because at the end of the month it will be 1 year on YouTube for me. It'll be my 1 year anniversary for this channel on the 30th of January, and I really want to get 50,000 subscribers. It's going to be really tough, which is why I really need you guys' help who aren't subscribed. I really need your help to push me up to that goal. It's going to be tight. I don't know if I'll make it or not. We'll see. But yeah, any help non-subscribers can do for me by subscribing, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, like the stream if you fancy it. So, okay, here we are. We'll have a look at some rises and movers and shakers. Price rises, price falls. We've got Diaz going up. Not really surprised. He's getting quite expensive now. He's getting, you know, real premium kind of price. But he's nailed on. And he gets clean sheets every single game week, pretty much, doesn't he? So it's pretty good in that regard. So yeah, Diaz looking good. Cresswell, I can see why people would go for Cresswell. I don't know. So foul. I mean, he looks like he could be as much of an attacking threat as Cresswell, but Cresswell's got the set pieces. I don't know. Cresswell is good, but I don't know. For a West Ham defender, I want someone I can rotate, and I wouldn't be able to rotate a 5.4 million defender, a 4.5 or 4.6, 4.7, whatever he is right now. So foul. Happy to rotate him, so he's kind of my preference, but I can see why people would want to go for Cresswell. It's just you can't really rotate Cresswell, can you? You kind of have to play him because of his price. Mitchell potentially going up soon. Watkins potentially going up. Keenan Davis at Aston Villa as well. Antonio on the way up. I'm surprised he hasn't gone up already, to be fair. And then we've got... Oh, we've got so far there as well. Yeah, a few people getting close to going up, you know. A few people. Someone's going down here. Who's that? So Sheck. People giving up on him already. That was a short, very short lasting trend. Oh dear. Right, let's go on the other end of the spectrum. And yeah, okay, we got some droppers. Lewis, yeah, I completely understand. Lewis, that we don't going down to 4.2 million. That's completely understandable given that he is playing for Newcastle, who concede goals every single game. They can only keep clean sheets against Liverpool. We know how bad Liverpool have been recently. Calvert-Lewin injured, yeah, you can see why he'd be going. People giving up on Zuma. He's so expensive, I get it. Balbuena, you know, when he's back and he's only 4.3 million, that could be a real bargain there. So it's basically just injured players, really, that are going down. And James Ward-Prowse, which you can't blame people. As soon as he lost the double game week, people switched off. Maybe it's worth keeping him for that rescheduled double game week that Southampton are going to be guessing. Maybe. And aside from that, there's not really too many interesting players here, are there? Lamptey, Click. I don't know if any of you guys have them. Robertson potentially going down. Even though he just got a clean sheet. Fair enough. He's expensive though. And there is better value elsewhere. You know, we've got someone like Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold. There is better value in Man City, who are arguably... Well, like you'd probably say they are a better defence. So they are going to be picking up more clean sheets. And you don't want to be paying sort of 7 million for just clean sheets alone. So much money. So anyway, guys, that's the movers and shakers situation. There is the movers and shakers situation. Just checking the chat. Yeah, a few people said they subscribed. Thank you. I do really appreciate that. Like I said, trying to get to that goal, it's going to be tough. James France says, I watched you in January. What, last year? Wow. I think I only made one video last January because it was on the 30th. And then, yeah. Yeah, so it's been a while. Right, guys, I think we leave it here. People say, how do you get to this? Oh, Moldy will tell you. FPLstatistics.co.uk. That's this price changes page. If you've not seen it before. Yes, like I said, do subscribe, do like before you leave the stream. Please do give the stream a big thumbs up. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I've got a few ideas for interesting videos this game week. I will talk about it more on Twitter. If you follow me there, we can talk about it over there. If you do have Twitter, at FPL Mate, why not? But there you go. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. And see you on the next one. See you later, mates. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.